Welcome back, Bezrat Hashem. We are in Yeshivat Shalom Bayit, where you send your husband to learn in the yeshiva, and you have a lot of Shalom Bayit, Bezrat Hashem. Don't spend on psychiatrists $300 an hour. This is the best route. So we have Siman Tetvav. Shulchan Aruch, we're continuing in the 15th Siman, and the Maran says the following: Im le'atir tzitzit b'beged v'din nikra talit ubo vav seifim. So we have now how to tie the tzitziot, what happens to the tzitzit if it gets ripped. So we'll see. There are 6 halachot involving this discussion. Aleph, mutar lehatir tzitziyot mitalit ze velitnam bitalit acher. There's no problem. It's allowed to take, let's say you have a talit, and today is a little bit cheaper probably, but in all the days to find a chutim and this until you weave with the balagan. So what happens? Let's say the garment you could get easier because basically anything that's any wool. Let's say wool, you just found a wool garment, you cut it out the nice size, you have yourself talit, and you could just corner of the corner say that's easier to do. But the strings, and especially in the olden days, you need a whole factory to do this. So let's say you don't have it. So he says what happened was you need to replace the talit. So that's it. The strings you untie, and then you take the tzitzit and put it on the new talit. Not a problem at all.
How about the atara? You need the atara in order to make it kosher?
No, the atara is just because
beauty.
We are all about beauty, so they make it. But no, talit is any. So why is that a question? Anybody understand why this is a question even? Why would why would I think taking off the tzitzit from one talit to put it on another talit would be a problem?
Won't be a problem.
No, but why would you think there's a problem? Why don't you need Maran to tell me that it's mutar? He says
sometimes you rip off the baguette, the talit, and you want to move it to a different.
Good, but why would there be a question? I understand. Okay, so why? Just think for a second. Let's just finish the halacha. Okay. Maybe we'll get an answer. However, if you are not going to use the talit, just to take it off and put 2 different separate gnizot, I guess the rabbi says you don't do that. Now you understand. Maybe now you understand what the problem could be. What could be the problem? The rabbi is already hinting to you. The problem is the talit that you made a bracha already. It has a kedusha. Yes, even though we say technically speaking, you are allowed to what? Technically speaking, you're allowed to go to the bathroom with talit gadol. Just bishum kavod, because of respect, you take it off. So it doesn't have that really kedusha, but it still has the kedusha. Why? Because you're making bracha on it. So maybe the reason the rabbi says you might think that what does that mean? You're going to take the tzitziyot from from this tzitzit, which was holy, and now you're going to take the strings and put it on a new garment. It doesn't have the hole in this. So maybe there is a problem of lowering davar shepikdusha, and that's not allowed. Mm-hmm. You're going to say, well, maybe that's the problem. You're not allowed to lower the holiness of items. So maybe it's like for instance, bima, right? Bima, Aron HaKodesh, you cannot make from Aron HaKodesh bima. But from bima, you're allowed to make a Aron HaKodesh. You hear? Why not from Aron HaKodesh? Because it's going more holier to go down to there. So that's not going to be allowed.
Tadir velo tadir.
That's no, okay, but almost.
Aron HaKodesh that you need to replace it with a nicer one or a bigger one.
You bury it, or you donate it to somebody who needs
use it as Aron HaKodesh.
Yes, it cannot be used for anything else. Okay, so there's a whole big discussion. Can you use?
Let me ask you. I'm using this bag. I put there the tefillin, everything right. I put there.
Right.
Can I throw it in the garbage?
Yes, throw it in the garbage 100%. Why? Because it itself does not have any holiness. Okay. Over there, Aron HaKodesh is more directly. It's much. Okay. So no, some people. So the main things are this, and even this, it's just the michseh of the tefillin, right? This also you don't have to put gnizah. No, you don't have to. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is extra mitzvah. It's not even. It's just holding the mitzvah. It's not really the mitzvah. There's no holiness.
The mitzvah is the bag.
Yeah, the bag.
Okay.
הגה, ודווקא בטלית של בר חיובה, אבל מותר להתיר הציצית מטלית של מתים.
What do you mean?
So, I guess, מותר להתיר הציצית מטלית של מתים. I guess the person who is obligated.
No, maybe because the person died, you can take his talit.
No, he's saying that right. The dead person, you're allowed to take off the talit from him, the tzitziyot, and you're going to be using it, I guess.
Okay.
You're going to have used it. But again, the Maran says, Rama says, why you need to take off of it? Why are you taking it off unless you're going to use it? But the Maran says you're not allowed to take it off, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so Rama adds, it's talking about that you're not allowed to take it off when there is going to be usage. So you're still going to use the cloth. If you're still going to wear the garment, you need to keep it there. And that's why many shoes, right? I don't know. Baruch Hashem, I don't know, see that many talitot in the shul, but if there is, advisable for every shul, every Pesach, somebody donate and wash the laundry, the talitot. Why I have to put on dusty talitot all the time? What is this? And I go, and put on the bracha. I mean, people who are allergic to dust, please do me a favor. Laundry, that's it. Ladies, reach out to any shul and do the service. Give me all your talitot. If there's not like 200 talitot, obviously. Okay, make a donation, 10 talitot to the dry cleaning. How much cost already? A talit to dry clean is like
That's
$15.
what they do in my shul in Long Island. They take all the talitot.
Every Pesach,
Pesach,
all the time.
and he
Every
does
year.
it for free.
Yeah, I had the Persians do that.
You know?
A lot of Persians do that. I had in my shul in Flatbush, I had the same thing. A Persian family said to me, Rabbi, we take everything. We had like 40 talitot. Take everything.
Yeah.
Every Pesach, bring it everyone. So do me a favor.
You got 40 back or 39.
If you don't have a Persian in your shul to do that, do it yourself. Okay, mitzvah bet.
Still cheaper if he takes one.
No, yeah, talit gadol is like $15 to the dry cleaning. All right, הלכה ב' אין יכול לקח הכנף כמו שהוא עם הציציות ולתופרו בבגד אחר חס ושלום. What happens is now, this guy says this talit, this talit is no good anymore, this talit, let's say. So what he does, he cuts off just the corner. And he takes this corner and sews to another beged. Oh, that's gonna be a big no-no. Right? Mishum da'al kanfei bigdeihem ba'inan. It says that you're supposed to put it on your corners, not put the corners on your garments. You're supposed to put tzitzit on your garments, corners on your garments. Okay? ba'inan. וכנף זה לא היה מבגד זה בשעת עשייה. בשעת 9 יהיה today? עובדיה. בשעת 9 לומדים, איפה אתה הולך? מה הצד השני יש? אבל מה יש? יש בשעה 9 לומדים היום, לא? בשעה 9, מה זה? אמרתי לך. Okay, please, be back. Tell your brothers, 9 o'clock sharp. And give me your grandmother's name. Raisi Bat Ma. לפרוע שלמה, okay? תודה רבה. Okay, anyway. So, it says, because it says in the Torah, you have to put the tzitzit on the corners, not put the corners on your tzitzit. Did you see it? Terry, take it.
After.
Take it. It's beautiful. Came out of this world. And I'm telling you, you had a lot to do with it, just to let you know. I'm talking about the whole paper, not just the back paper that you sponsored. It's beautiful.
Yeah, of course, I know that.
Because, no, I'm saying the whole paper is beautiful.
Of course, no, I know that.
No, that's the rules. The rules
I
is...
wouldn't sponsor it on beautiful paper.
No, but come on. I'm telling you, when there is money, people don't understand. Oh, this rabbi, they take money. We take money for what? We take money to present to the community something normal. Look at this. Still not. Look at the back page. Out of this world.
That's true.
Everybody complained to me, Rabbi, what is this? What is this? Well, what is this? This look like a disaster. This is my designing. Yeah, when you don't have money, you design yourself.
Nice.
When you have a few dollars, somebody donated, boom. When he donated, right away, that like a day or later, somehow I got this designer out of this world. Redesigned the whole thing. It looks like a normal match a little bit now, the paper. Yeah.
This is weekly or?
Weekly, every week. Yeah, I bombard people every week. That's me. Some people like to do it once a month. I don't. Don't Torah every day. What's the big deal? Okay, anyway. And the Torah tells you have to make the tzitzit onto your corners. And this corner that you took off from the old tzitzit, now you put in the new tzitzit, that was not there before. הלכה ג' טלית מצויצת כהלכתה, שחילקוה בשתיים, בכל חלק יש בו שיעור להתעטף, ונשאר לכל אחת מהן ציצית, אחת או שתיים, אין בו משום תעשה ולא מן העשוי. Whoa, what happened was like this. So we have a rule. The rule is that what was the problem? What another problem that you cannot take off the corner from here and sew it to another garment is that each garment has to be, you have to do the tzitzit from Hadash. So the rabbi says over there, he used the general rule is, it says you have to put the tzitzit on your garment, not put the corner on your garment. So that's what the reason that he used. But there is another reason that it's that it has to be tzitzit made specifically the Shem tzitzit and not used from the used before. Meaning you don't create something that was already created. You create something that is a creation, and that's what tzitzit is. Meaning ta'aseh v'lo min asui. Meaning you're doing it and not already from made. What happened here? Halacha Gimel is beautiful. You have a talit gadol. 3 people sit under it. Sometimes you have such a thing. Size 120. I don't know.
2 people can use it?
3 people could sit on it.
Like officially, halachically.
Yeah, why not? We have that, no? On Simchat Torah. We have 1,000 people going, 100 people, all the kids going in. Huge talit. Okay. Right? They took that talit, sliced it in half. Now, the rabbi says, and you could actually, with the half that's remaining, still fulfill the mitzvah of mitat tzitzit.
So they will have to put
but where is the 4 corners?
So now, when you cut it, you have 4 corners on each one. So the rabbi says you are allowed to continue using those 2 that was there and just add 2 more.
Okay.
And that's not called that you didn't create tzitzit from the creation. It's like you split it in half. Now you have 2 corners here. You have 2 more corners. You add 2 more, and this way you did not break this rule of preparing and not from prepared. It's a big chidush, by the way, because every time you're supposed to do it your own.
You'll have to retie.
I would think you have to undo those 2 from the current corners and now redo all 4. No, the rabbi says no. If you split the talit in half, you are allowed to just put 2 another corners, and now you have 4 corners with no problems. Okay. Nikra talit. This is very common, unfortunately, especially once in my case. I was sitting in a wheelchair, and my talit got hooked into the wheelchair. You have a problem. So what happens here? You have, so the nikra talit, dalet, toch 3 אצבעות סמוך לשפת הכנף. אינו רשאי לתופרו. What happened was, it ripped by next to the quarter within 3 fingers breadths. We said that's not a main major problem. The problem is 4 and up, right? So 3 finger breadths, it cut right there. אינו רשאי לתופרו, פירש רש"י דהיישינן שישתער מחוץ לתפירה ויניחנו ויוסיף עליו 7 חוטין לשם ציצית. So what happened was, the rabbi says that maybe a string came off over here, right? So you don't have the tzitzit there yet. That's how it sounds like. So you have 1 string ripped from the tzitzit. So they say, what? You're supposed to take it off completely? ולטעם זה אפילו נקרא כלשהו לא תתפור. וזה תריס של צמן שנקרא תוך 3 מותר לתפור העדנה ואין דרך לתפור בחוטי צמן. Okay, so again, this is already going into Baruch Hashem alterations over here. So the question is that the corner is ripped in a certain way that the rip is going to make it as if it sits on its own. It's thin enough to make it on its own sits it. So the rabbi says, we have a problem with that. What are you going to say? I already have 1. Let me just add 7 more, and I'll make kosher tzitzit. So again, if the one of them that was created on the rip on its own, you walked into the alley or whatever, it grabbed or something, or whatever happened its own, it was not done in Hashem mitzvah tzitzit. That's the problem here. Everything that involves tzitzit has to be done lishman. You have to do it in the intention. I'm doing it for tzitzit.
You cannot use it.
You cannot use it, right? Because with that piece that was ripped. So he says either, I guess you just rip it off and just put in 8 tzitzit properly. But the rabbi says you don't have this problem with the cotton tzitzit. Yeah, the cotton tzitzit because over there the chotei tzemer. That's right, tzemer gefen. I know.
They fry different.
ורב אמרם פירש דטעמה משום דנקרא תוך 3 לית בית תורת בגד, כלומר דלית רעמדמה. So No, I was wrong. Now I understand what happened. What happened was the whole corner cut off. The whole corner cut off. Right? So now the whole corner cut off. You're losing this whole corner, which you have a requirement. You have requirements that it has to be a corner, and you make it tzitzit within 3 fingers from each side. This is how we have it here. Less than 3 fingers. More than 3 fingers, you cannot put it over here. Somebody told me that they have the Lubavitch have a custom. They make a hole here, and they make a hole here, and they make a string out from here, from one side. We don't allow to wear such a thing. By Sfaradim, we don't allow that. It has to be like the way the Maran describes it, that it has to be a hole, the 3 fingers this way, right? And it has to be that you protrude 4 strings on this side, and now you have 8 folding in. The way the Lubavitch do, one of the Bukharian guys was wearing it the other day. I said, I'm sorry, we don't allow that. We don't allow that. To make 2 holes and make it, the hole still comes out from one side. It has to be from the whole corner. So that's the big machloket between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim. I'm not here to put down the Lubavitch, but okay, I don't know why we got there, but again, so the question is here, what happened was that the whole corner ripped out, less than 3 fingers of breadth. Do you put it back or not? That's the discussion. Do you put it back together or not? I guess if the tzitzit isn't on it, then you have a problem. Once it's disqualified, you're supposed to take off the tzitzit. And then you sew it, fix it up, and then you put it back together. Okay. So again, so that's the discussion. The question was the corner ripped, and it's not fully ripped off. So if it's not fully ripped off, you could sew it back on, and it's okay, because once we are completely off, now you put it back on. That's not allowed. That's the
because if it rips completely off, it's not a 4-bagger garment.
It's not a 4-bagger garment anymore, and this is it. Is no more part of the talit anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's, if you're gonna sew that piece back, it's gonna be like you already prepared already, and it's not preparing. Prepared is not allowed. Preparing is not a mitzvah. The main mitzvah is preparing, not using prepared. ויש אומרים דרב עמרם לא נפסל אלא ציציות שהיו בו בעת שתברו. אבל מחר שתברו התיר בו ציציות כשר. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. That the corner dislodged, right? The whole problem is when the corner has the tzitzit on it, and you putting it back. That's the problem. But it's simple. Obviously, if the corner dislodged and it didn't have the strings on it, you could put back the corner and do the tzitzit. That's not a problem with Kuli Alme. We have no problem with that. So a person should be obviously, listen, we talk about wheelchair. I was riding on a wheelchair once. They took me to a shul on the Rosh Hashanah was. So I came home. I took my tzitzit. The tires of the wheelchair made the holes. I went to the dry cleaner. The guy dry cleaner says, I'm sorry. There's another. Baruch Hashem, like I said, I push everybody once a year to do laundry. Tzitzit is chashuv. Your suit, you're not wearing a whole year without laundry. Why is tzitzit different? Sometimes I see people with a dirty tzitzit with all the grease and everything. Why? Right? So I went to the dry cleaner and I said to me, I'm sorry, Rabbi, the wheels of the wheelchair made the black mark, cannot come off with it. We can't do nothing with it. So I said, okay, gniza. I'm going to wear, a Jew should wear something that's not nice, not clean. Well, okay, so we had to go buy one. For some reason, I went to everybody, it's $160. It's it. But to me, they sold me $135. I don't know why. I came back like 2 weeks later to buy for somebody else. That's it. Now it's $165. Okay, anyway, whatever it is, Kadosh Baruch Hu knows what where now. I guess it compensated me. But again, you have to understand that it has to give hashemut. You can't wear a dirty. I don't understand these people. The guy wears a suit, $500, $2,000 suits, mamish like a chatich. On Shabbat, he has a tzitzit from on what's his name? When he puts on tefillin, it's Bechavar Avram Avinu's tzitzit. He's wearing. No, it should be nice. It should be nice. You should take care of it, B'ezrat Hashem. Okay, let's do one more halacha. I'm going to end up with this. Halacha hey, 154. אם נקרא מנקב שהציצית תלוי בו ולמטה, אם קדם הטלת הציצית לקרע, שאותו ציצית היה שם בשעת הקרע, כשר. So, okay, אם נקרא מנקב שהציצית תלוי בו ולמטה. Oh, so what happened was, many times you see that by people, the string gets tight, hold on to a railing or something, the inside the hole you get ripping. Inside the hole. Right? So we said
a little bit or the whole thing?
not the whole thing open. Obviously the whole thing is not a question. It ripped, whatever, it ripped significantly. That now that you notice it's ripped. It's not no more a little hole. It's a rip many times. This you can find a lot. So מנגב ונציצית תלוי בו ולמטה אם קדם הטלת הציצית לקרע שאותו ציצית היה שם בשעת הקרע כשר. ואם נקרא ונשתער ממנו כלשהו ותפרו אחר כך הטיל בו ציצית אם הוא של צמר כשר לכולי עלמא ואם הוא של שאר מינין שדרך לתפור בחוטין של אותו מין לא יתפור לדעת ראשים. Okay, because so again, so if it got, like you're saying, it ripped all the way, again, you can put it back on until you fix the hole, I guess, and redo the whole sit. But if it's still hanging on, you could fix it back up and salvage the problem. There shouldn't be more problem. So you have a problem if, according to Rashi, he doesn't like it. He doesn't. Once it's moved, that it's no longer in that area that's supposed designated area, you're supposed to redo the whole thing. That's the whole people. According to Rashi, is more mahmir. It has to be always done lishma, and you cannot be playing around. This has to be stable. In B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to continue on Sunday. Siman, we are in Tet Vav, Halacha Vav. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Please don't forget to tell your wives. Thank you. Mamash, we could do. Look at this. We stay today 40 minutes. We learn extra. And B'ezrat Hashem, it's all because of our wives. We don't have to be doing nothing at all.
My wife said, "What happened to you? Thank you so much."